Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV, joined here with Oana, and so this topic has come up of people who want to sell their house but don't want to move.
Right.
Okay? So tell us a strategy for a person who wants to go ahead, sell their house, get all the equity, cash it out, put a ton of money in their pocket, but then they can stay in the house. How do they do that?
Okay, so one of the easy ways to do that is, of course, to sell your property to an investor who plans to do just that, which is rent out the property.
Okay.
An investor would love to go ahead and purchase your house. You get to stay, you get to rent it back. They know that you know the house, you know how to take care of it. It's perfect. You get money in your pocket. They get a good tenant who is stable, who is taking good care of the house. It's a win-win situation. And this works a lot of times when people have different upcoming family situations changing. So, this works when you know that you're going to have a job transfer in a few months. This works when you know that, your last child is going off to college and maybe you need some cash. All kinds of situations where this works really well, where you want to sell the house and get the cash today and move months from now or even years from now, whatever works out best for you.
So what happens if they do this, but then after close of escrow, the person tries to throw them out? How do they protect themselves?
Well, everything's by agreement.
Okay.
So, you have a purchase agreement where you're selling the property, and then you have a rental agreement where you're agreeing to rent the property. And, generally there's either a month-to-month agreement if it's going to be a short term, or it's an annual lease agreement, or it's going to be a year or longer. So it depends on your situation and what you want to negotiate with the investor.
So if they could negotiate the terms of the lease for the next year or two.
Sure.
Like they could say, I want to stay in, I'll sign a 2-year lease, which means, for 2 years, I get to stay here if I want, but at any time, I could go month to month, meaning I could give you 30-day notice and break it, so that person has actually even more flexibility. They could say, I could stay there for 2 years or 6 months, and then the investor gets the house, and then he gets a tenant for some time, and if the tenant leaves, he just gets a new tenant, which is not that big of a deal.
Right. So, look, it's all by agreement.
Okay.
Whatever you agree to. Everything's in writing, because remember, if it's not in writing, it's non-enforceable, right?
Right.
So it's very straightforward. And remember, at the beginning of the transaction, we all love each other, so that's the best time to negotiate everything.
Okay. Good. So that's a good strategy for a person who wants to sell their house but doesn't want to move.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Great. So that is my update for today, and hope to see another video. Thanks.